Right then, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at finding the perimeter of compound shapes. So when we're looking for the perimeter of any shape, all we're looking for is the distance around the outside. So all we have to do really is find the length of each side and add them together. So for this first question, we've got find the perimeter of the following shape. All the lines are either vertical or horizontal. So as we just said, to find the perimeter of any shape, all we've got to do is add all the sides together. So if we have a look at this shape, we can see that we've actually got some sides missing. We don't have a length for this little side here yet, and we don't have a length for this side here. But we can quite easily find these sides. So I know that this side's going from top to bottom down here is 8 centimetres. Now if I look over at the right, I've got this length here of 3 centimetres. This line then goes from left to right horizontally, and then it carries on down. So because I know these lines on the right are both vertical, and the second line is starting where the first one finishes, that the 8 centimetres on the left must be equal to the sum of these two lengths on the right. So I already know that top vertical line is 3 centimetres, so this following one must be the rest. So if we do 8 take away 3, we get 5. So this length here must be 5 centimetres. Okay, now we're going to take a look horizontally. I know down at the bottom this length here is 7 centimetres. If I look at the top, I've got this length here of 5 centimetres. A line then comes straight down and then carries on again for another set amount. So these two lines at the top must also add up to the bottom. So we've got 5 add something is 7. That something must be 2 centimetres. So now we've got all the relevant sides we need. All we need to do now is go through and add them together. So I'm going to start with this 8. Add on 5 gives me 13. Add 3 gives me 16. Add 2 gives me 18. Add 5 gives me 23. And then finally add 7 gives me 30. So the perimeter of this shape would actually be 30 centimetres. So well done if you followed along with that. We're going to carry on through some more questions now. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you want to have a go at these, and then we'll go through the solutions together. Okay, we're going to do the same for this question. Find the perimeter of the following shape. Again, all lines are either vertical or horizontal. So again, just like before, we need to find these missing lengths. We've got a missing length here, and we've also got a missing length here. So we know the bottom length of this shape is actually 10 metres, but this would be this 3 metres, then the missing side we're looking for. So those two lines must also add up to 10, so this side here would be 7 metres. We've also got this vertical side now of 10 metres, which is the same as the sum of the other two vertical sides. We've got 6 metres here, it comes across, then goes straight down again. So we know these two sides on the right must also add up to 10, so that's got to be 6 metres plus another 4 metres. So now we've got all our sides, we're just going to go through again and add them together. So we've got 10, add 3, which is 13, add 6, which is 19, add 7, which is 26, add 4, which is 30, and then finally add 10, which would give us 40 metres. And that would be the solution to this one. Okay, we've got a similar thing for this question here. We've got to find the perimeter, so we need to add all the sides together. So we've got the majority of the sides, however we're missing a length here, and we're also missing this length down at the bottom. So let's do this length at the bottom first. We know at the top side we have 10 centimetres going from here to here. But now let's look at all these other horizontal sides. I've got 3 centimetres here, it then comes down and carries along this length here, the missing side we're looking for, I don't yet know, and then comes back up and carries on for another 3 centimetres. So the length of those 3 little sides added together would also be the same as the top side of 10 centimetres. So we've got 3 centimetres, add 3 centimetres, which gives us 6 centimetres. So this little bit here must be 4 centimetres. Okay, now looking for the other side, that vertical side. If I look over to the other side of my vertical lines, I've got 5 centimetres that goes from the top down to here. It then comes straight across and then goes down again by another 4 centimetres. So I know that the length from top to bottom of this particular shape is 5 centimetres, add 4 centimetres, so that's 9 centimetres. So because these vertical lines go from the top of the shape to the bottom, we know the same must be true for the left-hand side. So the length of this vertical side, come across then plus this 6 centimetres, must also be equal to 9 centimetres. So that missing side there must be 3 centimetres. Okay, again, now we've got all the lengths, all we have to do is add them together. So we've got 10 centimetres, add 5 centimetres would give us 15, add 3 would give us 18, add 4 would give us 22, add another 4 would give us 26, Add 6 would give us 32. Add 3 would give us 35. And then finally add another 3 would give us 38 centimetres. And that would be the solution to that one. Okay, and for this last question, we've got the shape below is made from 2 of these rectangles. We've now got to work out the perimeter of the 6-sided shape. So we've been given a compound shape which is made up of 2 of these rectangles. So what we're going to do first is find out what each of the lengths are, because once we've done that we can then find the perimeter. So we know these rectangles have a length of 7 centimetres and a width of 3 centimetres. So we can begin to start labelling our compound shape. So to begin with, I know this first length here is going to be 7 centimetres, because it's just the length of the rectangle. Moving round clockwise now, I know the width of this rectangle is 3 centimetres, so that one there would be 3. Moving around to this next side, that's only part of the rectangle, so I'm going to leave that one just for a second. So again, moving on to this next side, that's also the length of the rectangle, so this one here is going to be 7 centimetres. Moving clockwise again, I know this is the width of the rectangle, so this is going to be 3 centimetres. So now we've got this bottom side. So we can see it's actually a combination of 2 of the sides. The first little bit here is the width of the rectangle, which would be 3 centimetres. And then the other side is actually the length of the rectangle, which would be 7 centimetres. So for this entire side, all the way across, all we need to do is add these 2 sides together. So the length of this would simply be 10 centimetres. And then finally, going back to the side that we skipped over earlier, this is just like the questions we did earlier. We're looking for this missing side here. Well, if I know that this length here is 7 centimetres, looking at all the other vertical lines, I've got the side that I'm looking for here. The line then comes horizontally across and then goes down another 3 centimetres. So those 2 lines on the right must add up to 7 centimetres. So we've got 3 centimetres, add 4 centimetres, give us 7 centimetres. So now we've got lengths for all the sides. All we need to do is add them together. So we've got 7, add 3, which is 10. Add 4 gives us 14. Add 7 gives us 21. Add 3 gives us 24. Add the remaining 10 would give us 34 centimetres. And that would be the final answer for that question. So we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing. If there are any topics at all you'd like me to go through next, then please just let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to make some videos on those topics as soon as possible. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.